All right, Connor, coming into camp, we thought you were a little bit narrow. You're a big guy, wide shoulders, big legs. We got to have some clearance between those knees so we can come down and through aggressively without running into our snap. The other thing is you've got this habit as you snap of bringing your legs in together like that, so you're closing down your space as you're trying to make the snap down through. That's really sapping your power. And we know you've always been a powerful snapper, so to the extent possible, we got to make sure that leg drive is off the balls of the feet, back into the hips and towards your target, about 15-20 degrees off vertical, so we can capture that lower body motion energy and use it for accelerating the football back to its target. Make sense? Okay. So that's number one. Let's go ahead and set you up over the ball and see what your stance width is looking like right now. Knees should be slightly wider than shoulders as a general rule, okay? Indicating we got plenty of clearance between the legs. Go ahead. Okay. Is it comfortable? The important thing is you never want pressure in the hip flexors that'll tense you up and slow you down. You want the load bearing to be right on the quads, which is the most comfortable and explosive position from which to start. Feel good? Okay, go ahead and stand up, step back where you were. The other thing you saw coming in, they got you marked as compact, but I think the observation is you've got long legs and a long torso, and your arms proportionally are a little bit shorter. Okay, so the legs have to go somewhere. We get the legs out of the way. But you were a little tall in the saddle, meaning we didn't have a whole lot of knee bend. Okay, so your entire leg explosion was a very short motion, just like this. And as a result of the way you were set up, which means you were a little motion was just straight vertical. You know, straight vertical, we don't capture the energy. It's got to be back into the hips. And also, straight vertical can T-bone the energy traveling down the spine towards the target. So we need it to be back a little bit so those energies can combine and converge in an arrow point, and the ball's going to go wherever that arrow's pointed. Okay, so we need to work a little deeper. Because of the long torso and the long legs and the tall setup, you were kind of far from the ball, so you were a little bit tense in the arms. Okay, what I think we need to do is try to sit you a little deeper in the stance. Maybe bring your entire head to tail platform. Just bring it down an inch or so. We're not talking massive amounts because we know you got tight hips, but bring it down just a little bit. And I think that's going to bring you closer to the ball, relax the front end, allow you to be all you can be, and get everything going where it ought to go. Make sense? Okay. The stiff arm part of that was the fact you're a little too far from the ball. Not overextended downfield necessarily, but just too high off the ball. Make sure the guide hand's always getting through the legs. And closing down. Go ahead and set up. We're going to three-step you, but we're going to show you what we can do. You can work on this on your own. Go ahead and set up. What I want is stomping on my cones, okay? We're enabling you. We're giving you, a channel. If you're going to drive back into the hips towards your target. I don't care if you just three-step you. You ready? Okay, I pull you forward. Get your knee bend to 90 or less, straightens the back, and raise, maximizing up. Then I'm going to push you back into the hips towards your target till the heels touch the ground, knees are over the toes, you're solid on your feet. Does that feel comfortable? That looks good from my perspective. Give it a good hard throw. Let's see what happens. How'd it feel? Close down a little, but you know what? That's not enough to be worried about. I was highly impressed with that snap. Great velocity, great accuracy. That's exactly what we're looking for a guy who plays for the Boomer Sooners. I'm joking. I'm joking. I want to be a cowboy. Okay. New Mexico State stole your mascot, and we were being guy here for 20 years. They finally changed our guy, and now he looks like Super Mario Brothers with a gun. Feel comfortable? Okay. That's awesome. You're not closing down enough for that to be a problem. In fact, you're finishing with your feet right up and under you, which gives you a lot of options. You can block, you can cover, whatever you got to do. What do they have you doing? Okay. But you got to be balanced and stable throughout, to have options, basically. Okay? Let's do it one more time. Let's get these set a little better. Much better. Snapping uphill tomorrow is going to help you a ton. Always use a spotter like this so you don't pile drive your head. Always wear cleats on a hill. Never snap on a wet hill. If you want to be doubly cautious, wear a helmet and shoulder pads. You feel comfortable? You don't feel overstretched here or here?
No.
You're throwing with two hands? Okay, go ahead. Okay. Now, a thing you can do when you set up the stance Sit down into it. You might like your toes slightly outward. That gives you a stable base and really helps you drive straight into your hips. And it'll maximize the operating room between the legs without getting your feet too wide necessarily. And it'll also help you put that load bearing with the toes out right on top of the quads. But that's looking outstanding. How does it feel? Why don't we do one more? Okay, so basically what we do, we took this whole head to tail platform. You're a little tall on the back end, a little far from the ball. We lowered you down a little bit, made sure you were balanced by making sure the knees are right over the toes, brought you close enough to the ball that you're not stiff or overextended, or too far away from the ball to get a good aggressive quick throw. How's that feel? That's on your way to world class. Perfect setup with perfect balance leads to a perfect snap because everything goes down the spine, up in the hips towards the target. Gives you an arrow point straight there to your punter. Any questions? You're looking excellent. Stance width, we sat you a little deeper in the stance, brought you a little closer to the ball because you got a long torso and legs relative to arms, right? Took away the tension and stiffness, made it a lot smoother, more efficient throw. We rolling? Okay. Feel comfortable? Feel balanced? Looking pretty good. Give me a good hard two-handed snap. You're better than that. Let's do one more. Close the legs down a little much that time. Let's see if we can be a little more linear in our drive back into the hips and towards our target with the leg drive, okay? That's better. Feel good? Okay, good balance. Comfortable here? Not overstretched? Okay. Pretty good. How you feel? Looking good.